Imagine spending months of effort, only to fall short because of mistakes made at the very start. Whether you are managing a small team or tackling a big initiative, setting your project up for success is critical. Hello, we are Group 1, and we are going to guide you through the most essential parts of setting up your project for success. In this video, we will uncover the proven strategies inspired by the PMBOK guide to help you lay a solid foundation and lead your project to victory. Let me introduce you our group members: Mon Saw, Paulo, Romaritz, Tsz Kiu, Yana, and me, Lim.
Building a strong foundation. Every successful project, including planning your ideal vacation, starts with critical initiation steps. Let's learn how to set a solid foundation and then smoothly transition into planning your perfect getaway. Once you have formed a team, establish your team norms early. Agree on communication methods like WhatsApp or Zoom and decision-making processes to keep everyone aligned and informed. Next, clearly outline roles and responsibilities to enhance accountability and prevent confusion. For vacation planning, consider roles such as a team leader to manage overall coordination, a budget manager to oversee finances, an accommodation coordinator for comfortable lodging, a transportation coordinator for smooth travel logistics, an activities planner to create exciting experiences, and a safety and health advisor to ensure everyone's well-being. Matching personalities to roles. Align roles with personality strengths to maximize team effectiveness. An organized leader, analytical budget manager, thorough accommodation coordinator, resourceful transportation coordinator, adventurous activities planner, and caring safety advisor can each excel naturally. So why matching personalities matters? 1. It maximizes strengths. When people are assigned roles that align with their natural strengths, they're more likely to excel. It's like putting the right puzzle pieces in place. Everything just fits better. Whether someone's a great organizer, a creative thinker, or a natural leader, letting them do what they're best at boosts the whole team. 2. It minimizes conflicts. When everyone knows what they're responsible for and feels confident in their role, there's less confusion and fewer disagreements. Clear roles create smoother teamwork. 3. It enhances enjoyment. When people enjoy what they're doing, they stay motivated. Assigning tasks based on interests makes work feel less like a chore and more like a fulfilling experience. That energy spreads and lifts the whole group. Acquiring necessary resources. Securing resources proactively is crucial. First, there's the financial aspect. Each member contributes $1,000 to a shared vacation account. This ensures a solid budget is in place before the trip begins and avoids any last-minute money stress. Next is technology. The group can use Google Docs to track the itinerary collaboratively. It's simple, accessible, and helps everyone stay informed and involved in the planning process. And finally, there are the human skills. Everyone brings something valuable to the table. For instance, one person in the group is great with booking affordable flights, so he'll find the best airfare deals. Conducting a kickoff meeting. Hold a productive kickoff meeting by clearly stating project objectives, preparing and distributing an agenda, introducing team members, confirming communication strategies, and encouraging open dialogue. Always document outcomes clearly.
Alright, now that we understand the importance of a solid foundation with our team and kick off. Let's dive into defining what our project actually is. This is where we move from a general idea to concrete specifics. Think of it like moving from I want application to here's exactly what kind of application we are planning. This session has 3 key parts: the project charter, stakeholder identification, and the scope statement. First is the project charter. You can think of the project charter as the project's official birth certificate. It formally authorizes the project and gives the project manager the authority to apply resources. It's important to get this documented early because it provides a shared understanding right from the start. Key components in project charter include the project objective. What are we trying to achieve? You can use SMART methodology to write a group project objective. So this will be the objective for our vacation planning project. So next is high-level scope. What is the scope description? What is generally included and excluded? This is to set the initial boundary, while more detailed will be defined later. Key stakeholders, who are the most important people involved, they need to be included in the charter. Lastly, the charter should also include the project manager, maybe you who are planning the trip, and the project sponsor, maybe the person funding the trip, the primary decision maker. So documenting the project charter ensures everyone starts on the same page and avoid confusion. It's your foundational agreement. Next, let's talk about stakeholder identification and analysis. The charter mentioned key stakeholders, but now we need to identify everyone who has an interest in or could be affected by our project either positively or negatively. Why? Because their needs, expectations, and influence can significantly impact our project's success. Stakeholder analysis involves identifying these individuals or groups and understanding their perspective. How much influence do they have? What are their expectations? How should we communicate them? Let's go back to our vacation plan. Who are the stakeholders? The primary travelers, a travel agent if used, family members who might need updates or take care of your house during your trip, and your boss who need to approve your leave, an airline or hotel staff indirectly affected but their performance impacts the trip's success. This should be in a stakeholder register, which lists your stakeholders and analyzes their interests, influence, expectations, and communication requirements. It helps you tailor your engagement strategy. Once you have stakeholder register, you can use our interest grid to prioritize your stakeholders. Understanding your stakeholders helps you manage expectations, gain buy-in, and anticipate potential issues. So don't skip this step. Finally, in defining our project, we need a clear scope statement. The scope statement provides the detailed description of the project's scope, major deliverables, assumptions, and constraints. It clearly defines what's in the scope and out of scope. It serves as a foundational reference for project managers, teams, and stakeholders, ensuring activities focus on desired outcomes within defined constraints. This is critical for preventing the scope creep, that gradual expansion of the project beyond its original objectives. A key document developed together with the scope statement is a work breakdown structure, or WBS. The WBS breaks down the total scope of work into smaller, more manageable components or work packages. For a trip, it might look like this. Having a clear scope statement and WBS ensures everyone understands exactly what work needs to be done to achieve the project objective. So by creating a project charter, identifying and analyzing our stakeholders, and detailing our scope statement and WBS, we have clearly defined our project. We have moved from a vague idea to a concrete plan within clear boundaries.
No two projects are ever the same. Each comes with unique challenges, stakeholders, and goals. That's why tailoring is essential. Just like a tailor crafts a perfectly fitting garment, project managers customize their plans to suit the specific needs of each project. Anything from scope, schedule, or resources can make your project different from another, no matter how similar they look. Recognize the uniqueness of your project so you can identify what works best for its specific needs. It's like while the destination and duration of your vacation may be the same as the trip your friend has taken, that doesn't mean they are identical. Just the differences in travel companions can make your trip entirely different. To tailor your trip, focus on leveraging the resources, scope, or schedule unique to your group and aligning them with your goals. The benefits of tailoring include fostering deeper commitment from the project team, optimizing resource utilization, and ensuring the project stays customer-oriented. The next thing is schedule. Every successful project needs a well-defined roadmap. Let's explore how you can create a solid project schedule to keep you away from last-minute scramble. First of all, mark down the deadlines for your deliverables. To make sure you can deliver the project on time, you need to know your deadlines, and these are the basis of everything else. Secondly, find a suitable development approach for your project. You may want to use a waterfall approach, an iterative approach, an incremental approach, or an agile approach, or a hybrid of these. Thirdly, list out all the tasks to be done and estimate the duration of each. Keep in mind that tasks often take longer than anticipated even when you're aware of this. So, build in some buffer time to accommodate unexpected delays and ensure the schedule stays realistic. Lastly, arrange your tasks in order and build their relationships logically. You may want to use a Gantt chart in order to present it beautifully. Tools can be found in Microsoft Project and Cura Big Picture. Now, you should have a decent schedule. Project also comes with risk, a word that nobody loves but is inevitable. Learning how to manage risks from the beginning might be the key to success. Start by developing your risk management plan. This is your roadmap for handling risks. By creating this plan, you're committing resources to manage risks effectively and defining how you evaluate their impacts and probabilities. This structured approach ensures you can make informed decisions later on. Also, consider your risk tolerance. Going on a vacation with your friends? You might fancy zipline, skydiving, or roller coasters. But if you're with your grandparents, you'd likely go for safer options. Second, identify the risks in your project. List out potential challenges and uncertainties by reviewing documentation, consulting experts, and using information gathering or diagramming techniques. By the end of this step, you should have completed your risk register. Next, perform qualitative risk analysis. Assess the probabilities and impacts of each risk to determine which ones you should focus on. A typical risk in your trip is weather. How likely is rain during your trip, and how would it affect your planned activities? If you're traveling during the dry season with mostly indoor activities, weather might not be a major risk. On the other hand, if you're heading to a destination where endemic diseases are prevalent, there is a chance of getting sick and could pose a higher threat to your itinerary. By analyzing these factors, you should know which risk deserves more of your attention. Afterwards, plan your risk responses. Develop actions or options to reduce your risks or minimize the threats. While you cannot control the weather, you can choose to accept it and plan backup activities. To protect yourself from infections, you can get a vaccination or avoid going to high-risk areas. To cover the unexpected costs, transfer the risk by purchasing travel insurance. By preparing in advance, you can handle risks effectively and keep your project on track. Lastly, projects can always change, so do risks. Stay prepared and brace for whatever the future entails.
Setting up a good beginning for a project involves much more than what can be covered in 15 minutes. However, we did show some key factors in setting up a good start for your project to achieve a success. First, you need to build a good team by establishing a mutually agreed team norm, clearly defining roles, and setting expectations. Next, you need to have a well-defined project scope by identifying stakeholders and clearly stating project charter and scope statement so that everyone can have common understanding on the project. Then, acknowledge that every project is unique and tailor your plan accordingly. After that, build a comprehensive and practical schedule for your project. And don't forget to factor in risks in your plan. Remember, project management exists in daily life, both formally and informally. There is a well said by Aristotle, well begun is half done. Hopefully you can apply what you learned from us in your future projects. We wish you to have a good start in your future projects. Thanks for watching and see you next time!